Hey, Bernardo here. So I shared a story, I don't know, I think it was like probably 4 or 5 months ago, but I wanted to kind of like extend on it. And I'm calling this My Shoes. I'm calling this video My Shoes. But it's based around the idea. Now, look, I don't know about you, but I personally have kind of lost pretty much everything quite a few times. But I'm going to be very literal of how much I lost everything. So, look, I decided 4 or 5 years ago that I wanted to kind of really explore who Bernardo Moya could become. And I made some drastic decisions. Hey, listen, I moved away from a family that I lived with for all my life, and I decided to go on a journey of exploring what I was capable of doing. And so basically, I didn't really have any property. I didn't own any furniture. I just had some suitcases with some clothes and some personal items that I had. I moved to the US and, trying to fast forward this story quite quickly, the bottom line is I put it in a storage unit when I came over to Europe with COVID, and I lost everything. And I had literally 3 suitcases. And I was traveling with 2 of those suitcases, and 2 of those suitcases that were on the back of my bike. And I remember, having lost already everything, and me, asking the universe, hey, you don't need so much to become happier. You need less. I wasn't really pursuing anymore everything and material things. I was really looking at, living a minimalistic life and living the life of a nomad, especially with COVID, where you're restricted to travel. So I literally had 2 suitcases, and in those 2 suitcases, I had a bag. And in that bag, when I was traveling on my motorbike, was a bag of shoes. And unfortunately, I didn't pack it well. And on the way, on the trip back, it was quite windy. The bottom line is that I lost my shoes. I realized like miles and miles down the road. And I drove back. I drove back trying to find them. I remember going really, really slow, trying to look, hey, even a pair, 2 pairs, it didn't really matter. I wanted to see if I could find them. And I didn't. I lost my shoes. I had 5 or 6 pairs of shoes, and I lost all of them. And all I had was an old pair of Vans that I had inside my case, and that was all the shoes that I had. Those are the motorbike boots that I was wearing at the time. And I remember, thinking, well, you better be careful what you ask the universe for. When you say that you don't want all these things, you don't need all these material things, you want to travel light, well, guess what? The universe provided, and it definitely provided me. And I remember I was trying to read the signs. Well, why is this happening to me? Why am I losing everything? What is the universe trying to tell me? And look, I really believe that in your pursuit of you becoming the best version of yourself, you actually obviously have to make decisions, and you have to push as far as you're prepared to go. And I've been living that life now where I've got a couple of suitcases. Yes, I've bought a couple of more shoes. And but it's been a very interesting journey on having very few things. And then when you do lose those things, or they do break, then you consider buying a new one. And then when you do buy a new one, you're very careful with it. So I am really embracing this culture of wanting less, producing less, hurting the environment less, because we don't need that much. And I think with COVID, we've discovered we've had all these shoes, all these shirts, all these jackets, all these coats that we bought, and we couldn't wear them. We were as happy as Larry. So apart from that, and additionally to that, I lost my mom. So it was a very tough, very, very tough year for me last year. And at the end of the day, I think, if anything, it's made me realize, and I think we all know people that are going through many challenges. We see people that, are homeless, live on the streets, and they have nothing. They literally have a couple of bags with their belongings, and they're going through life. And God knows what they've gone through. God knows what they've lost. God knows what they had, and the struggles that they've gone through. So we've all also, lost loved ones, and it's been very difficult and challenging for us. But, if anything, it makes us stronger, and it makes us harder. I think, if anything, what we all should learn is the idea of, as I said, appreciating the important things. So my question to you, what are you doing in order to push your boundaries? What are you doing to appreciate what you have? What are you grateful for? And with everything that's happened, with anything and everything that's happened around the world, I think there's a couple of things that we've hopefully learned from this. And ultimately, what I would like you to explore is the idea of appreciating what's important. And that comes from being grateful, but it also comes from appreciating what's important. And what's important is to breathe, to be healthy, and also to love, and to be able to be loved by someone. Those are the most important things in life. The rest is completely irrelevant. We spend our lives focusing on building health, and then ultimately we realize when we're older that all we want to do is live a little bit longer. We spend our lives chasing those wild dreams, working all the hours under the sun, when ultimately all we want is to be loved and to love someone. So I am on this exciting and interesting journey. It's been a very interesting few years for me. As I said, I've lost everything quite a few times in my life, and I would love the opportunity for us to be able to work together. If you feel that, through my expertise, 50 odd years on the planet, 36 years as an entrepreneur, 15 years working in the personal development world, having promoted so many great people. And, with the platform that I have, the Best You TV, the Best You Online, if you feel that that's something that could be of service to you, well, I would love to help you. I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You can download my book if you're interested. The Question, it's a free audio version of what I believe is extremely current now, and that is to be resilient, to be able to welcome change, and also to reinvent yourself. So there's a link. If you put your phone out, you can scan that. And then on the other hand, if you're interested in working with me, well, you can scan that, contact me. And if you're interested in taking advantage of the phenomenal platform that I've been able to build, and I'm still continuing to build with my camera, a green screen, and traveling around the world with a good internet. For me, it's very, very exciting. And I appreciate it might not be for everyone, but what I do want to say is that you need very little in order to be happy in life. So with love, may the best be with you. Take care.